السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته، أهلا وسهلا. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، والحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على رسوله الكريم. سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا، إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. أتوب علينا يا مولانا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. اللهم ربي يسر ولا تعسر، وتمم بالخير، بك نستعين يا فتاح يا عليم. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم، وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. ونور قلوبنا بمعرفتك، واشرح صدورنا من نور كتابك وسنة نبيك، واحفظنا عن زلل وخطأ في بيان مرادك. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، والحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على رسوله الكريم. So we continue with Kitab al-Sayyid, and we mentioned yesterday that you can either hunt with an instrument or you could hunt with an animal, a predatory animal. So we're currently discussing the second one, that is hunting with a predatory animal, and we are now discussing the shurut, the conditions. One of which was that it must be mu'allam, must be trained. So how do we know when the animal is trained, be it a bird or be it a beast? We're saying وتعليم الكلب أن يترك الأكل 3 مرات. قال الإمام القرطبي رحمه الله تعالى ونفع الله به, that the training of a dog or a wild cat in English, أن يترك الأكل, that he leaves eating of the animal, of the prey that it has caught 3 times. وتعليم البازي, and the training of a bird. Bazi is just using by way of example. Hawk. أن يرجع ويجيب إذا دعوته, that it returns to you the master when you call it. So there you can use some special whistle or whatever to call it back, to recall the animal. So it will kill the bird, and once you've seen it, kill the prey, and once you see it kills the prey, you call for it to come back, and it comes back immediately. Then you know it's trained. So the sinners that do 3 times in a row. وهو مأثور عن ابن عباس رضي الله تعالى عنه. And this has been narrated from Sayyidina Abdullah ibn Abbas رضي الله تعالى عنهما وعن كل الصحابة أجمعين. Okay, so there's 2 things here. One is the training of the dog, or the cat, a wild cat, and the training of the bird. And the other one is, the second issue is, why 3 times? So he says, وَلِأَنَّ بَدْنَ الْبَعْضِ لَا يَحْتَمِلُ الضَّرْبَ. And also because the body of a predatory bird, such as a hawk, لا يحتمل الضرب, it will not bear beating. If you were to strike it to leave the animal, you'll kill the bird. وبدن الكلب يحتمل, whereas the body of a dog or a predatory beast can tolerate it. If you were to beat it once or twice, meaning during the training period, it would bear that beating. Okay? فَيُضْرَبُ لِيَدْرِكَهُ, so it can be beaten, can be struck, so that it leaves the prey. وَلِأَنَّ آيَةَ التَّعْلِيمِ تَرْكُ مَا هُوَ مَأْلُوفٌ عَادَةً. So the basis of this is what? That the sign of the animal being trained is that it abandons that which it is used to, عادةً, habitually. And it leaves that trait or that habit that it is used to habitually. وَالْبَازِي مُتَوَحِّشٌ مُتَنَفِّرٌ. So, like I mentioned to you yesterday, these predatory birds, their habit is, or that the instinct is, to eat of the animal that it has preyed on. Understand? So once it does that, acts contrary to that nature, then you obviously know now that the animal has learned and has been trained in that particular manner. So he's saying, well, bazi mutawahshun mutanafirun, that the bazi, the hawk, it is generally mutawahshun mutanafir, means it runs away. And from the sight of a human being, it will fly away. It won't stick around. It won't come to you when you call it. It will fly away. And on seeing you or hearing your footsteps, it will fly away. That as any other bird will do. It doesn't come to you. Right? فكانت الإجابة آية تعليمه. So therefore, it's responding to you and coming towards you, is against its natural behavior, is a sign of its train, of it being trained. أما الكلب فهو ألوف يعتاد الانتهاب as far as the dog is concerned, so it is used to snatching things and eating at things. فكان آية تعليمي ترك ما الأفو وهو الأكل. So a sign of the dog being trained and having developed this training is that it leaves that which it is used to, which is eating and biting from the prey. And al-akl wal-istilab, so basically the same thing, eating and snatching at the prey. Understood that?
Okay.
Okay, so the training for each will be different based upon these facts here. Now, why 3 days? 3 times, sorry. ثم شرط or شرط ترك أكل ثلاثا وهذا عندهما وهو رواية عن أبي حنيفة رحمه الله. Thereafter, it has been made a condition that it must do so, it must leave and abandon eating from the prey 3 times. And this is according to Sahibain rahmatullah alayhim. And this is also narrated in one narration from Imam Abu Hanifa rahimahullah ta'ala. لأن فيما دونه مزيد الاحتمال. Why? Because anything less than this still holds the possibility فلعله ترك مرة أو مرتين شبعا. So anything less than that, it holds many possibilities. There's many possibilities. For example, perhaps it left the animal the first time or the second time because it was full. It didn't feel like eating at that time. فإذا تركه ثلاثا دل على أنه صار عادة له. So when it leaves it 3 times, then this indicates towards the fact that this has now become a habit of this particular animal. وهذا لأن نوافذ وهذا لأن ثلاث مدة ضربت للاختيار. And this is because the number 3, is an amount or a period which has been indicated, which has been stipulated for ikhtiyar, for choice, to decide between 2 things, والإبلاء الإعذار, and also to remove any excuses. For example, كما في مدة الخيار, like in the period which has been stipulated for apparel, which we did before, خيار الشرط and خيار الرؤيا and all those things. خيار الشرط, you get 3 days, you need to decide whether you want to buy the thing or sell the thing. Remember?
Sure.
And so normally 3 days was given. إبلاء الأعذار example, وفي بعض قصص الأخبار, and also an example of some incidents of the choice people, of the chosen people, like Musa alayhi salam and Khidr. Khidr gave him 3 chances. When we asked for the 3rd time, why did you do that? Then he said, okay, now we're going to separate. هذا فراق بيني وبينك. Understand? So that's what so we see that this period of 3, it has some significance in determining and judging whether something can be done or cannot be done. It's enough time. ولأن الكثير هو الذي يقع أمارة العلم. And also because many, that is a sign that indicates towards knowledge, having gained knowledge. And so 3 is a lot. Duna qalil, not a little. And a lot, meaning the animal doing it many times, is an indication that it has been trained and not doing it less. So why is 3 many? Because al-jam'u huwa al-kathir. Because 3 is adna al-jama'. And once you get to 3, then it is the beginning of jama'. That's the first jama', that's the first plural. Okay, from 3 onwards, it's plural. So that is considered to be many, kathara. Okay?
Sure.
وأدناه what you got after that?
Oh, I just lost the page now. 1 second.
Okay,
وأنه
والجمع
ثلاث فقدر
وأدناه
بها.
ثلاث. Yeah, فقدر بها, right? And less than 3 is considered to be qalil. So therefore, this is being stipulated. Okay? 3 is stipulated.
Sure.
وعند أبي حنيفة رحمه الله, now according to another narration of Abu Hanifa, على ما ذكر في الأصل, as has been narrated in مبسوط, الأصل means the كتاب المبسوط, يثبت التعليم ما لم يغلب على ظن السائل أنه معلم, that he hasn't stipulated any period. And then he hasn't given any specific period of time or any specific number of times. Rather, what he says that ta'aleem, this training will not be established until it is the opinion, the dominant opinion of the hunter that this animal is now trained. So if the hunter is at ease and he is convinced that now the animal is trained, regardless of how many times, whether it be a few times or many times, 10 times, 20 times, or 2 times, 3 times, regardless of the amount of times, he is at ease and at peace that this animal is trained. And then the animal will be trained. وَلَا يُقَدَّرُ بِثَلَاث. And he does not stipulate 3 or any other number. While أن المقادير لا تعرف اجتهادا بل نصا وسيما. Why? Because you cannot stipulate such numbers, مقادير, specific numbers, through ijtihad, through a mental application. بل نصا وسيما. Rather, this has to come from the Sharia. You have to have clear text from the Sharia telling you, like for example, the number of rakats of Salah, Asr is 4, Maghrib is 3. But you can't just guess or make up by your own side. The Sharia has to tell you that. So here also, you can't just say that the animal is trained. The Sharia tells us it must be trained, but you can't stipulate a number to that without having some clear text. So because the Sharia hasn't given us a number, we leave it to the person that is most likely to know, and that is the hunter. So the person who's experiencing that field. ولا السمع. So in this case, there is no text. There's no nas. فيفوض إلى رأي المبتلى به. So therefore, we will hand over and entrust this decision to the opinion of the person involved in the matter, which is the hunter. كما هو أصل في جنسها, as is the basis for this masala in all such matters. Right? If you don't know which way the Qibla is, then you must make the tahari. Understand? And so on and so forth. Many, many examples in the Sharia like that. And where the Sharia hands it over to the person involved in the thing, in the matter, to decide for him or herself through tahari. You follow?
Yeah.
In the same way, yeah. وعلى رواية الأولى, anyway, based upon the first narration where he agrees with صاحبين عنده يحل ما اصطاده ثلاثا. This is a فرع of that masala. So the third time it catches the prey and leaves it, is that third time spray permissible for you to eat or not? That's the question. Or does it only become permissible after the third time? So is the third time spray itself permissible, or anything it catches after the third time only? So according to Imam Hanifa, Imam Sahib, the animal which it catches on the third time, it will be permissible for you to eat. وعندهما لا يحل. However, according to صاحبين رحمه الله تعالى, it's not permissible to eat that prey which you call the third time, but now afterwards, the fourth time onwards, then only. لأنه إنما يصير معلم بعد تمام الفلاح. Because they're saying this animal only becomes trained after the completion of the third kill, and it leaves it alone. وقبل التعليم غير معلم, and prior to that, having established its ta'alim, its training, it's still untrained. Okay? فكان الثالث صيد كلب جاهل. So therefore, the third kill will be the prey of a animal, of a beast, a predatory beast that is untrained. Jari will mean untrained. You follow?
Yeah.
Understood?
Sure.
So it's saying وصولك التصرف المباشر في سكوت المولى. So this will be like a slave that is engaged in business مباشرة, while the master who's told him he can't do business is keeping quiet. The master can see him doing business, even though the master prohibited him from doing so, but he's keeping quiet. So according to you, or even according to you, Imam Sahib, um, that business of the slave will be permissible, will be allowed. So he's saying, وله أنه آية تعليم عنده فكان هذا سيد جارحة معلمة. He says that it becomes then at that third instance, at that third kill. So therefore, the third kill, is the prey of a predatory animal that is trained. بخلاف تلك المسألة, contrary to that مسألة which you are making قياس upon about the slave, لأن الإذن إعلام, because their permission to trade is done via الإعلام, via informing the slave. ولا يتحقق دون علم العبد, and this is not established without the slave coming to know of the permission. وذلك بعد المباشرة, and that only happens after the slave has engaged in business. Okay? In that instance, where the slave did the business and the master is keeping quiet, that's tacit approval. So thereby the slave now the slave, sorry, so the transaction itself is not allowed according to Imam Shah. And whatever he does after that, if the master still doesn't say anything, he'll be allowed to trade. Understand? But that trade itself that he's engaged in at that particular moment, it's not. It depends. The master will be given a choice whether he approves of it or not. If he doesn't approve of it, then it won't go through. That's different to this because in that case, you have to inform the slave that you're giving him permission. Whereas in this masala here, the dog becomes trained at the third kill. You follow?
إيه.
Any question? Anything you understand?
أنا أحاول أن أستخدمها.
Okay, we'll stop there, inshallah. May Allah grant you all success in your exams, dunya and akhirah as well. And may Allah
آمين
accept our efforts. And inshallah, enjoy your break also as well. Keep us in your du'as as well, inshallah.
إن شاء الله.
And remember in your du'as today and tomorrow, inshallah, as well. Ourselves and our family, and we will do the same evening. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.